Sorry, I got cut off again. I feel like Cruz has said, it's a binary choice right now. We're stuck with Trump. We have no other choice. Let's not, let's not lose America. Yes, it's going to be bad under Trump, but we're not going to lose America. Under Hillary, America's done, and there's nowhere to go. There's no other country in the world that we can go to. The only real choice is something like, if Texas and others will secede from the Union, because this is the end of America. This is the end of freedom, the end of freedom of religion, the end of all the freedoms that we have. And really, look up this Agenda 21. It's scary. It's basically a goal of destroying all of America, keeping us out of rural areas. That's why they're opposing development in rural areas, seeking to keep us in the cities. We're trying to get out of the cities, and these globalists are trying to keep us in the cities. You don't hear them complaining about development in Brooklyn. You don't hear them complaining about development in any cities. You hear them complaining about development in the rural areas because they want to keep us out of there. They want to coop us into the cities, and really, really destroy America. So this is why it's important for many other reasons as well. For real Americans who care about liberty, church-going Christians, or even, like I said, secular, even atheists, but libertarians who care about liberty and who care about other people's freedom. People like Jefferson, he wasn't a particular religious man. He was spiritual. He was one of these, like we'd say today, spiritual but not religious. But he defended liberty and religious freedom with every fiber of his being. And if you're a person like this who cares about liberty, who cares about freedom, who cares about private property rights, who cares about all these things, the answer is look at what's going on. Look at the attacks that the media, the globalists, the leftists, the secular Jewish establishment are doing against the Hasidic communities. We have in our community, in Bloomingburg, there's a homeschool collective, and the local government is trying to shut them down. If they shut down our homeschool collective, they're testing the waters. They're seeing, can they do what they did in Germany? Now you can't homeschool in Germany. You have to be in a school that's approved by the government. That's scary, and you see groups like Yafed that are trying to put more government oversight over private schools, trying to force them to teach their agenda. It's a slippery slope. People think, it's not threatening. It's making sure they're going to learn, science and history and English, and I have no problem with those things. I have a problem with teaching garbage, with teaching this Common Core, teaching all kinds of these horrible things, sex education, all things that go against our values. And that's why many Christians choose to homeschool. But believe me, these globalists, these Agenda 21 people, they want to take away your rights to homeschooling. And so they're testing the waters. They're seeing, what can we do? Can we stop the Hasidic community, which is unpopular? Can we stop them from having the freedom to teach their kids in a way? The Hasidic Jews, they're not looking to impose their views on anybody else. They're not looking to make anybody else Hasidic. They're not looking to do anything, especially these communities. There are some Hasidic communities that want to turn other Jews to be Hasidic. But this community, they don't care about that. They're not seeking to impose their ways. I've spoken to the rabbis from the Satmar community who said, this is a halacha, things that you wouldn't believe, that most modern Orthodox Jews, would be like, oh, you can't say that, and they're like, no, that's the halacha. We can't impose this on other people. They're not looking to impose things on anybody else, even in religious terms, and even among other Jews. They just want to live their lives their own way. They just want the freedom to live their own lives. And the leftists, the globalists, don't want that. They can't live with that. They can't live with people who the left always talks about reproductive freedom. Well, what about the freedom to have as many kids as you want? No, they want to take that away. They want to turn this place into communist China, zero population growth. That's the goal of these people, and that's why they fight the Hasidic community. That's why they fight the church. The Catholic Church is enemy number one to these people, and it seems almost that they've infiltrated into the church to a certain extent, and they've transformed, the Catholic community away from the original teachings of the Catholic Church. I mean, it's scary what's going on here. And so particularly born-again Christians who understand these type of things, Mormons understand, a lot of folks, they understand these things. We gotta get together. We can't let this happen, because America is hanging in the balance. So let's pray, let's hope. But I'm telling you, if you're, and I see a lot of people in Monroe are waking up. They're not going along with the nonsense that United Monroe and these other groups are teaching. I don't know if they're aware of how far it goes, but that's